Focus Plumbing, always at your fingertips.
It's Trigon time.
Pow! Danny Vegas Todd, Danny Vegas World. It is segment 3. We are $750,000 into the show. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, man.
One helicopter coming ASAP.
Yes. We got to work on that Lisa King.
Right.
We're going to get one of that. Anyway, what we do on segment 3 is we kind of do a recap of what's going on. Then we talked about our big topic, on segment 2. Are women responsible to warn their of the abusive relationship? Are they responsible to warn the next lady down the line? Okay, so anyway, we have a little quote here from Maria, who I've definitely seen get upset before. Anger only escalates when other party comes into a level of being nosy. Oh, wow, okay. But I don't know. I don't know how to read that. It's almost like, don't be nosy. I don't know. Maria, I'll have to talk about that on your own show.
She said,
I can't see that far.
The last part says, to get to the point, it's best just to leave.
Just to leave.
Yeah,
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Well, thank you, Maria. Okay, so now I have a new topic that you know nothing of, that you like. What are we going to talk about?
Surprise.
This is a surprise. But, before we do that, just so that everybody knows, we are wearing some Trigon Diamond stuff.
And appropriate for me because I talk with my hands all the time.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Danny Vegas Live.
Danny Vegas Live. So, Lisa, now, do you do, speeches and stuff? You need, are you a motivational person, too? I mean, you do everything, but can you do speeches, too?
Can I do speeches? I could if I had to.
Yeah, so, I mean, because I think you have a great story, and I think it needs to be told.
Aw.
Yeah.
Well, thank you,
See,
Danny.
I gotta smooth up to you every segment. Okay, next one.
Yes.
I was watching TV. There's a weekly series going on one of the TV channels of men in America.
Okay.
And the whole genre the whole bent of it is that men aren't doing very well anymore.
In which way?
Well, let me explain. And I've been, I'm going to tell you a story, and this is a true story. 35 years ago, I was 20-something. I stood up in a college classroom. We were discussing male and female gender roles, and this was 30-some years ago.
In sociology.
In
'cause you just
sociology,
said
because I'm a
that was your
sociology
background.
guy.
Yep.
And I said, when you don't give women opportunities, you create a housewife.
Okay.
When you don't give men opportunities, you create monsters. Okay, that was 35 years ago. And after the class, she held me back to chastise me not to say stuff like that in school or in a college classroom.
Too forward thinking.
A little bit too forward thinking because that was 35 years ago.
Okay.
And now we're 35 years down the line. One of the most unbelievable things I've seen in my lifetime. In my lifetime, I have seen my mom go from $2 an hour in a secretarial pool to Lisa King and women just like you. Women who are just kicking ass and taking names.
Okay.
Not afraid of anything. Asking for the money. Building their own companies. Building their own businesses. Being elected to office. It's not even weird anymore when two women are running for the same office. I mean, this is how far we have come in 30-some years. But I've always said with every action, there's a reaction.
Of course.
Now that women are taking more money, more power, more positions, especially maybe for specifically white males, their pathway is not so guaranteed as maybe it was 50 years ago. What is the reaction of that? And some of the statistics are shocking. Women are going to college more. They're graduating from college. There's more women doctors graduating now than men. But so we're watching this slow decline of men in the society. And I've often said, now that men are making less, educated less, That means they're going to make less. That means potential mates for women are going to make less, are going to be educated less. And since women tend to still think they want to meet someone that's at least at their level or higher, that means those men are going to be less and less. That means women are going to have to marry down. This is maybe 20 years from now. My question to you is, and you are in a testosterone world. I mean, you're in the fight game. You're in the fight world. You're around all these guys and the testosterone and the alpha males. Is there something to it, or is it just all a bunch of basic BS?
I would think instead of us doing more and males doing less, I think that we're just helping to elevate the game. So if
But men are failing.
okay, well then they need to try harder.
How do they do that?
Well, I actually see that, for those that will tell me that they can't do, if I am, we had this conversation the other day. We talked about luck,
Right.
we talked about the harder you work, the luckier you get, which is a true statement.
Right.
So if you are hoping that you go to school, you check a box, you go get that job and you check a box, it's not going to happen. You're going to actually have to work for it. So I think that they, if an individual, male or female, thinks that they're going to walk into the greatest situation ever, you need to change your thinking. You need, there is more competition, and that's perfectly fine. Instead of bringing someone down, a group of individuals, it should make everybody have to rise up and make us be smarter, make us push harder, make us be more successful, make us think more so outside the box instead of say, I can't get a job because Lisa King has 20 jobs and she took all 20 of the jobs I want.
Well, it's very interesting because you think about it, and I think I talked about this at another segment, is women, I don't know if they're born that way or if they learned it, but they're definitely more herd-driven. They love being together. Men are a little bit more rogue. They tend not to have the same as many. They have maybe a small clique, but they don't have as large of a relationship building thing. And what's interesting is you go on Facebook, there's 50 different women's events every week. I'm sure you're invited to every single one of them.
48.
Yeah, women's groups, women's this, women's that, women's awards, women's this, women's marches. But
something had to take us to that level.
Well, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that.
Right.
I'm just saying that there is no, as far as men's groups or men's talk, there's no men's mentors. There's, if you...
I'll be a male
If
mentor.
you have a male mentor, what's wrong with you? Can't you figure out your own stuff? So I'm just saying, as we put so much effort into our women population over the last 35 years, so much energy into it as a society, which has made us a better society. I think that's why I think American women are exceptional. I think the women of the world look to American women for guidance. And I think American women are exceptional to the planet and to the world and to the universe. They're special. But,
so are men, though. We need you guys to
I know,
up the game.
It's almost like we need you guys to up the game.
Right.
Have we, but the question is, can we do that? Because it's not, hey guys, you just need to get off your asses and catch up because you're just lagging. Now we've had enough time where a way of thinking is set into the culture. Men don't think like they did 50 years ago.
Right.
They don't.
Right.
So it's kind of, do we need women, once again, to save the planet and to get women to, or get men to get off their asses? I mean, because these men are your sons. They are your husbands. They are your sons, or your daughter's husbands.
Sure.
And the question is, of this topic, are men in America failing because they don't have the platform that they used to have? And kind of in a way, ladies, don't get mad at me, but it's kind of like women kind of get all that, and men are just expected to grow up, get a job, support your family, and die. Like nothing's changed.
No, I don't even see any of that. I mean, I do have a son, and I could say that it's maybe some of the households not being together or a lot of the households not being together. I mean, my son's father passed away many, many years ago.
Okay.
So I get to be mom and dad.
Right.
Fortunately, I was always testosterone driven.
Yeah,
so.
you've always been kind of a tough gal. I get that.
But for me, I have so many amazing male friends in my life that will take them under their wing and teach them this and teach them that. And I've got brothers. So, I make sure that those male influences are around. So whatever your unique situation is, I think that, finding, someone who might want to talk to them about, public speaking or, just making them more well-rounded, I think that you can find those resources. I don't think men are failing. I don't think women are failing. I think that everybody is just rising up, and we need to make sure everybody's rising correctly, not hoping that things are coming to them. And I see that a lot. A lot of times people are like, oh, it's just not happening for me. Really, I think you've been at home doing nothing for, a hot minute. So, maybe try something different. So.
Well, it's a very interesting topic. We're going to continue that on with other hashtags because you got to think about the prison population is 88% men. 88%. That's there's something there. So anyway, this is what's going to come back. We're going to come back for segment 4. We're going to introduce. We got something special planned for you, Lisa, and the other hashtags with Rainbow Riders, a hot air balloon company.
What?
Yeah, see, it's worth the drive, baby.
It was so worth the drive. Tell me more.
Well, we're going to
Hurry up.
Segment 4 is all about that.
Okay.
So we'll be back.